I started baking orange cake as a hobby a decade ago, which eventually becomes a favorite item on the menu of our restaurant. I'm happy to share with you how to make my delightful orange cake, which sells. It is a no-frill recipe, emphasized on the techniques and the formulation. This simple recipe is packed with an irresistible flavor and guarantee of full indulgence of your taste buds. Let me show you how to make this cake. I will mention how to prepare various ingredients, then the mixing process and baking. I'm making 4 cakes in this video, so if you want to make just 1 cake, just reduce the amount of the ingredients accordingly. First, the ingredients. Butter. Cut the block of butter into 8 or 9 pieces. Place the butter slabs in the mixing bowl. Orange zest. There's so much flavor in the orange zest that it is a waste if you do not include it in the cake. I'll zest all the oranges before juicing them. The orange zest should be finely minced. Run the chef knife over the zest to mince it until there are no large pieces is present. Orange juice. I used 80 grams of orange juice for 1 cake a few years ago, but now I increased to 95 grams to make it moist and soft. Sometimes there will be some pulp in the juice, which is calculated as part of the amount I want. Almond nibs. I add about 20 grams of almond nibs to the batter and sprinkle another 5 grams on the surface. I use the plain cake flour, which contains about 8% of protein. Salt, baking powder, and the eggs. Once the butter is soft, add the caster sugar and start the mixing process. I noticed that only soft butter can produce the fluffiest buttercream, which can trap more air in the sugar butter mixture to create lightest possible cake. Mix the butter and sugar until there are no visible changes to the degree of fluffiness. The end point should be light, creamy, and looks like a slightly softened ice cream. Add the egg only after the butter-sugar mixture has turned into a fluffy cream. If you have a powerful mixer, pour all the eggs into the cream and continue mixing at high speed. If you think your mixer is less powerful, divide the egg liquid into 2 to 3 portions. Add the orange juice and continue mixing it until homogeneous. The batter is a bit runny at this moment. It is expected as the flour will thicken it. Now add the salt, baking powder, and the flour. Make sure the mixing now is switched to low, as rapid mixing will create gluten in the batter, which will make the cake become tough. The end point of mixing is when all the flour has incorporated into the batter, not longer than that. Scrape down the flour at the side of the mixing bowl. Mixing in the almond nibs and orange zest. Continue mixing. Remove the mixing bowl from the machine. Mix it manually for the final round. The final part, baking. Use a cake tin with a detachable bottom or springboard cake tins. Place an oil baking paper in the cake tin before pouring the batter into the tin. Sprinkle the almond nibs on the surface. Tap the cake on the working surface to remove any bubbles, if any. Bake it at 175 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, top and bottom temperature, for 60 minutes. Remove the cake from the oven. Let it rest at room temperature for at least 5 to 10 minutes. It will shrink just a little and detach from the sides. Invert the cake on the cake board. Give the cake a gentle push and it will fall out from the cake tin together with the base. Remove the base and invert that cake again onto another cake board. I've just shown you how to prepare my delicious orange cake. You can download the recipe and read more details on my blog, tasteasianfood.com, orange cake. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the button below. You'll find there are many more similar recipes out there. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video. My name is KB Kwan. Bye for now.